and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
So Asmongold just got banned off of Twitch, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a long one because of what he said, and it's insane. It is actually insane. Now we're going to be going over the clip that got him banned. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get like the full video context surrounding it because it's been removed from his Twitch, but trust me, the context does not make this one better. Last 10 seconds before we get into this video, if you could give it a thumbs up, it really helps out with the algorithm. And if you're new and enjoy the video, consider subscribing. But regardless of either, thank you for watching. Now here's the clip in question. I'm just gonna let it play and then we're gonna go from there.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
No, this wasn't a bit. No, he wasn't doing a meme here. Asmongold has like covered the Palestine-Israel situation, you know, time here and there, and he's never quite had a take like this, I don't believe. That is insane to group an entire culture into the same category and say, good, I'm glad that they're all getting removed. That's nuts. And we're just gonna go through a few of the Twitter comments because honestly, it helps actually digest and understand every single wrong thing about this, although just being a human being, you're probably going to understand most of it being insane. My favorite thing that we should first take a look at is his post that he had done like literally last year talking about this. Weird as to see so many people coming out with statements about the Israel-Palestine conflict as if they need to comment on it. Can we please stop this weird culture around expecting people with no relevant background or education to talk about world events/politics? That's a great point.
Where'd it go?
This dude got big off of World of Warcraft and disliking bad updates. And now all he does is react to new games coming out, playing those new games, having half-baked, you know, comments and opinions about pretty much all of it. Which, you know, I may be guilty of, check out my streams, but at least I'm not saying crazy shit like this. See, I'm taking this original tweet here as kind of how I live my life. I don't know anything about what's going on other than people are dying that shouldn't be. It's not that hard. There's a big reason that I don't get like real heavy into politics, and it's because I'm a moron. I know nothing about politics. And someone who just plays video games and reacts to videos for his entire career, I don't know where your expertise is coming from. Did you like go deep into research and do an insane 180 turnaround and know every intricate nuance of the war now? In only a year, I mean, good on you, man. Now the top comment under this post, I think really helps capture why this is dumb, in case you couldn't figure it out already. They come from an inferior culture. This is how Asmon lives. This man is a multi-millionaire and he lives like this. That's not old. This is relative to how he is living now. It could be worse. It could be slightly better just because he had to make more room on his desk for another Coca-Cola cup. The most jarring thing for me, outside of the complete apathy towards an entire group of people, was this bad boy right here.
Being genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. They'd be doing the same thing.
They'd be doing the same thing. It's just mind-blowing that this man believed that he could make a take like this while sipping a Coca-Cola in an absolute pigsty and then, you know, continue on and go, their culture is inferior. My brother in Christ, You are in no position to talk about inferior cultures. Most people aren't. But don't worry, do not fret. Asmongold heard everyone saying, hey, what you said is fundamentally insane. He made an apology. Looking back on it, I was way too much of an asshole about the Palestine thing. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better. And then someone immediately commenting 1 year ago with this point. Well, folks, he said, my bad. I think that's a wrap. Asmongold in the morning. I don't care if these people get Asmongold in the afternoon. I didn't mean it. I swear. Could you imagine being like, I don't care if this entire group of people gets wiped off the face of the earth, and then you get backlash for it? To be like, to get to a point of saying something like that is insane. Even if you're just like a grifter, just like picking stuff up, and then just to follow it up with, my bad, B. You know me, I just react to funny videos in video games. Oopsie. Yikes. Now, obviously, the backlash from the public was pretty big, but it also resulted in one of the partners with Starforge. Detective Seeds Platinum here ended up dropping their partnership with Starforge. I've requested that my code be removed from usage after a year partnership due to the comments made by Asmongold, who is one of the owners. I have Muslim friends from that region, and I cannot represent that product after his comments. And this is Detective Seeds on YouTube here. He doesn't have, you know, the biggest channel in the world, but he was partnered with Starforge. So these are comments and opinions that even if you're just grifting and, you know, picking side to side, that is enough for someone to be unwilling to work with you, to, you know, get money from a sponsorship, mind you, because of what you're saying. Now, I want to preface this. I'm going to go over a few other Twitter comments that were kind of, you know, rejecting the points that Asmon put out. And I just want to say, I don't know enough about the history to know that these are 100% reflective of what's going on. Again, I'm a moron. I know very little about what's going on, and I'm not going to act like I do. But I did want to show these because people who might be more engaged or people that know a lot more about the culture might understand these, and it might make more sense for those people. This first one here, the Muslims ruled under a caliphate for 1,000 years and never genocided anyone. Tolerance was practiced, and in the Quran, Jews and Christians are alal dima. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, which means people of protection. Look at the tolerance of Islamic Spain for almost 800 years and the Ottomans. And then additionally, we have this one. Wrong. Actually, Muslims have lived in peace with Jews for centuries under the Ottoman Empire. Nowhere in Sharia does it advocate genociding people. Many of Israel's enemies, like Iran and Lebanon, have similar military capability, but have focused on attacking military targets and not heavily concentrated areas with civilians, unlike Israel with Gaza and Beirut. So your argument that they would do the same thing is incorrect. Now, the way that I see things, for who I am, born and raised in America, I have an issue with grouping everyone under one thing, especially when that comes into, you know, how people interpret their faith, you know, entire cultures of people, because it doesn't actually paint a good picture of the people that are living there. And most of us have no idea what it's actually like to live in a situation like that. People abuse faith. Look at the Catholic Church and all of the atrocities and Dos Volts, you know, holy crusades that killed so many people over the course of its life. I know Christians today that do not practice like Christian beliefs and loving thy neighbor. A lot of people use it as a defense mechanism and turn it into a me versus them, people who don't practice the faith that I do or commit sins. Even in Christianity, God is the ultimate judge, and you're not supposed to be that person. And Jesus was only out here helping sinners. Yet we still have so much strong resentment towards other people, which again goes directly against what the Christian values are. In my humble opinion. Now, I'm not Christian myself, but I've had my role with it. I've read the Bible. I love the psychology of religion. And as it stands right here, to group an entire culture under, you know, the pretense of a false understanding of the faith itself is horrid, especially when you're connecting it to the of a group of people. It's the same thing when Ukraine and Russia were starting war and there were like video game embargoes and people and like consumer products being pulled out of Russia, and people were like, good, they're fighting Ukraine. It's like, no, the Russian military is fighting Ukraine. There are millions of Russians who want no part in it. Russian soldiers who are getting drafted who do not want to fight in this war. And now they're losing out on like video games, things like that. The people don't always reflect the actions taken by the government. Now again, and I'm gonna say this time and time again, I don't know what's going on, and I'm not gonna act like I do. And if I'm, wrong about some of this perspective, I apologize. I'm just trying to look at this person to person. There are innocent people dying, and war is not solving any of it. And a genocide is not solving any of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember the last time a genocide was a good thing ever. What makes it good now? As it stands right now, Asmongold's alt account Zach Rar is now banned off of Twitch, and I'm very interested to see how they are going to, do anything moving forward if the ban ends up staying on. But with views like that being casted publicly, I'm not so sure. I mean, Hassan is still up, and he said some crazy shit about the US, but we'll see. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Adios. Peace. Bye.